Box Academy, a brand new online, well, it's not really brand new, but it feels like it because I've totally revamped it. And today, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. I mean, it's going to be an offer you'd be nuts to refuse. It's so good to see you. Gary's in the house. Good to see you, Gary. I can't wait to cover this, and I can't wait to talk about this special thing that I'm going to offer you guys. But I'll get to that later. I want to tell you where I've been for the past, really, I haven't been creating as much content as you normally see from me because I have been working on my flagship personal branding course, which is live right now in beyondtheboxacademy.com. Christian, if you wouldn't mind writing down the link to that in the comments, I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Fun Vlogger says, how much later? It's past midnight here. Where in the world are you, Fun Vlogger? Holy macadamia nut. Yeah, so I'm gonna, okay, it won't be that much later. It won't be that much later, I promise. But I'm gonna give you something that Fun Vlogger, tell me a little bit about yourselves too, because I know, and how many people are new too? We got some new people in here. I'd like to know what you guys have been up to. Forget about Nez. I'll tell you what I've been up to in a second. What have you guys been up to? This is about you. I'm going to share some sick ass content with you. This beautiful new article that came out of LinkedIn, this new analytic data on psychological insights to content marketing. And not to make that sound so complex, it basically means some stuff you should think about if you care about getting your stuff out there in this online landscape, building a beautiful, loyal community like Nez Nation. I love you guys. I love you guys. I really mean that. I think this community, in the words of one of my heroes, one of my favorite authors, Maury Schwartz, when you don't like the culture that's predominantly in the mainstream or the popular culture, all you need to do is build and cultivate your own. That's what we've done here at Nez Nation. You guys know that we're trying to bring more humanness to this digitalness, actual real interaction, real engagement, trying to just inspire each other. This is like a creators hangout, much like Nimen's Place, but I'm not really doing channel audits. That might come later. I might do some audits of your LinkedIn profiles or audits of your Instagram profile or what have you, or maybe even in YouTube. But that might happen. I'm not ruling that out. Flash, I'm a redheaded stepchild. Oh, wait. Good to see you, Flash. Fun Vlogger, I'm fairly new to your channel. I've been working as a support worker, making content for my channel and spending time with my partner and family. That's awesome. Thank you, Fun Vlogger. It's great to see you. I'm going to share with you some stuff that's going to get your content out there to the right people, even more prevalent, even more in even easier, more streamlined ways. So I'm going to share with you some really cool stuff, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. It's going to be awesome. And then Fun Vlogger, I will share with you. It won't be that long, I promise. This is not going to be a Nimen stream, but because Nimen goes for like 9 hours. That ain't me. I got stuff to do, y'all. I can't spend 9 hours. I would love to, but I can't. Okay. I've got too many obligations, too many responsibilities as a husband, wife, and father. Ha, it will only be 4 hours. Yeah, right, Christian. Yeah, I don't think so. So I'm gonna talk about this, but just to give you a little bit of context, because Christian, thank you so much. Drop the link in there. Beyond the Box Academy is the greatest online training academy ever. I'm an actual writing professor, y'all. I'm an actual business writing professor, but I came from the private sector first. I helped my family when I was 13 years old start my mother's business, my mother leather manufacturing business. And then, I needed to go discover myself. And it's interesting and ironic that this channel, the sort of tagline is discover your purpose, communicate your message, impact your audience. Through experiencing debilitating anxiety and depression, and I went through this quest of the inner game that was just full of horror and pleasure and triumph and depression and sadness and up and down. and insanity and madness. Out of that hell has come the individual that you see before you. And thank you so much, Christian. And so I went into education. I published a bunch of books, and they're all available on Amazon. And I've been teaching writing, creative nonfiction, communications, public speaking, marketing for over 20 years. And so I'm now removing the gatekeeper, because most of you guys who followed my content for a long time, you know how I feel about the educational institutions in this country. I don't know how they are in UK, Fun Vlogger, but in the US, things ain't looking so good. So I've created the Ultimate Training Academy. There's going to be like boatloads, like mountain loads of content that I'm going to be dropping in there every single month. You're going to learn everything about how to run and operate your own online business, how to build a sustaining personal brand, how to communicate, how to present yourself, how to understand what messaging and branding even means, how to get this dude out of your way, the only dude on the planet who can stop you. I mean, it's going to be it's insane. It's free enrollment. So hey, Brad's in the house. Good to see you, Brad. Oh man, it is so awesome. I got to get you and Ross on the podcast, because I'm going out of town. That's hence you guys know I usually go live on Sundays around, Pacific Standard Time, around the afternoon, like 1 or 12. Well, why are you going live on Saturday? Because I'm going out of town with the wife tomorrow. I need to. It's something that we've needed to do for a long time. It's her birthday tomorrow. So I'm not going to be able to do a live stream tomorrow, for obvious reasons. So I'm live today. But Brad, I'd love to get you and Ross on the show to talk about podcast movement. I know you guys just came back from there. So this online training academy, Beyond the Box Academy, just went live last night, a brand new edition, Personal Branding 101, everything you need to know to build a brand that will make you money, basically teaching you everything that I've done and how I've been able to leverage my personal brand. It's live right now. Okay, Fun Vlogger, you ruined it, okay? I'm going to give you the offer now, because I don't want you to miss this. And maybe this is the only reason you're here. I am going to be, you guys, you got to understand, I've been working on this, like sweating and toiling and bleeding and exasperatingly, suffocatingly, long hours, morning, noon, and night, working on this. Thank you so much, Fun Vlogger. Working so hard on this brand new addition to Beyond the Box Academy. The original price is $397, but I'm going to be giving everybody in this stream a 40% off coupon. So if you're interested in getting the brand new course that just dropped in Beyond the Box Academy, enrollment in the actual academy is free. So you can go sign up and get into the academy for free. And Christian left the link there, beyondtheboxacademy.com. Enrollment is free. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. I'm not going to lie to you. The content is not free. All right. There will be some free content, but this personal branding course is not. But I'm going to give you something that's probably the next best thing. I did a lot of research on this, guys. People are charging, and they're not even covering even a quarter of the information that I'm covering. It's 6 modules over 2 hours of easy to follow videos and examples and concrete applicable strategies on personal branding. People are charging like $997. People are charging $1,500. My course is $397, but today in this stream, I'm going to be giving you a 40% off coupon. And you want to know what that completely complex coupon is? It's very simple. Type in 40 in the coupon section, and you will get a 40% off coupon. You'll get 40% off the course. So this is only going to be live for 3 days. You have 3 days. So come end of day Monday, this offer will close and it'll go back to its early bird price, which is $397. But I am giving you thank you so much, Christian. Type in 40. If it doesn't work, I'm going to get a bunch of mad people. It didn't work, Nez. What's wrong with you? If it didn't work, email me, contact me. I'm very easy to get a hold of on Messenger. Just DM me on Instagram or message me here on YouTube. and I'll give you the direct link, but it should work. Type in 40 when you're on the checkout page, and you will get a 40% off discount. That's huge. We're talking it's over $200, over $150 off. So that's my special offer. Fun Vlogger, you completely, you extrapolated it out of me. You got it out of me. You wrung it out of me. And there it is. I was going to plan on giving you these 5 psychological insights. Please stick around because you're going to get some really beautiful content. I'm going to tell you about this latest. I'm going to tell you about this latest unbelievable study that LinkedIn just ran. 5 psychological insights. Do you want your stuff to get out there? Do you want your stuff to reach your audience? Do you think that your stuff is good enough to ensnare the #1 asset in this entire game, which is attention? Well, I'm going to give you 5 psychological insights that maybe you don't think about with your content, and I'm going to simplify it. I mean, this white paper is really complex. I read it last night. I studied it. I analyzed it in preparation for this live stream, and I broke it down. I've got a little Google Doc here that I broke it down, and I'm going to explain it to you step by step. 5 psychological insights on how to improve your content marketing. I don't even know if I like the word content marketing, but I mean, basically what that means is, right? I mean, content marketing is what? Somebody tell me what content marketing is. To me, it's the most effective way of marketing. To me, it's the end all be all. And I talk about this in my personal branding course. To me, content truly is king. I mean that with every fiber of my being. I truly feel like content definitely is king. And if you're not creating content, I've got a bunch of streams and a bunch of videos on this YouTube channel that you need to watch, especially one that I'm really proud of, where I talked about, is that when you give away content for free? Basically, yes. But it's more, thank you, Christian. It's more involved than that, and it really has a lot to do with developing your personal brand. As I know, you're just joking and being funny. I love my mods. Where in the world is Luis? Where in the world is Sethi? Somebody send Sethi a message. He said he was going to be here. Oh, there he is. Luis, how are you? Good to see you. Yes. So, basically in a nutshell, all that means is that, these are some insights that you can use to amplify your content, build your personal brand, get your message out there, especially if you have a message. I'm an old dude, Fun Vlog. I only need them to read stuff. So I put them on to read. I know it's kind of annoying. I apologize. But, oh, look at Brad. Brad says, I use content marketing to connect with warm leads. Very cool, Brad. That's awesome. I'd love to hear more about that. I want to hear what you guys are doing. Before I go into the 5 psychological insights to content marketing, and some of you guys are so sophisticated and intelligent. Some of this just might be the run of the mill, might be stuff you already know about. I'm just going to be your reminder. That's it. And maybe even give a little fresh spin on it. But I would love to hear from you guys. What are you guys doing, or what are you guys up to? Share whatever you want. Ask me any question you want. How are you getting your message out there? What is your message? What is your brand? Who is your audience? And what are you trying to get them to do? What's your call to action? What's your CTA? What is your hope with this thing called content, personal branding, creating a YouTube channel, creating an Instagram channel, creating a LinkedIn channel? You know how much I've been advocating LinkedIn, y'all. Brad's been doing great stuff on LinkedIn, really consistently posting. I've been watching you, Brad. I may not comment on all of them. I try to like as many as I can. But I'm really impressed, Brad. I know that you're doing great stuff on LinkedIn. Fun Vlogger says, it's like the hokey cokey with glasses. Thanks a lot, Fun Vlogger. So again, before I get into the 5 psychological on the Box Academy, the greatest online training academy in the world. Y'all didn't even know I could sing, did you? I can bust a tune. Well, maybe not that good. Okay, I'll stop. I apologize, but I'm really excited about this. I'm like super, super excited about this academy and what we have. We have such big plans for this academy. It's literally going to be Netflix, not Netflix, Netflix. You know I'm clever. Um, and I'm telling you right now that you're going to absolutely love this academy. It's going to be everything you need to know about building wealth, earning more income, accruing real life skills that are applicable to your everyday professional life, to your everyday personal life. And I'm just, you saw what I did there. Hey, Buck, good to see you, man. Oh, it's great to see Buck. Yeah, Christian, nothing gets past you. Okay, are you guys ready? Who's ready to kind of get into this? The first kind of insight, this white paper from LinkedIn, the first kind of insight that I think is just insane. Give me an emoji in the chat. Give me a thumbs up, smiley face. What did we do last time, Christian? I can't remember. It was like people were giving whales or something or sailing boats. Give me something. Give me an emoji. Give me a thumbs up. Are you ready for the first psychological insight brought to you by LinkedIn? On how to expand, amplify your content marketing game. I love you guys. Really, Christian? A woman's dress shoe. Boy, you guys just like there's no end to your guys' imagination and creativity, is there? Thank you, Brad. Brad, finally a normal response. Yes. It was the first thing I clicked on. Thank you, Christian. Maybe there's something psychologically subversive going on there. Hello, I'm watching y'all. You don't think I'm watching y'all, but I'm watching y'all. Look at Buck. Nice. Okay, Buck's ready. Fun vloggers ready. Okay, here we go. Here we go. The first psychological insight that was analyzed and demonstrated to have an amazing effect on getting your content out there and getting your content viewed by as many people as possible is cognitive fluency. Cognitive fluency. What in the world is that? So what the article is stating that cognitive fluency is the result of humans preferring to consume simplistic content and unconsciously avoid information that appears complicated. Simplistic content where the consumer can unconsciously avoid information that appears complicated. That's what cognitive fluency is. And one of the examples that they state is that this is why people love emojis. And I've been seeing this a lot. I use emojis with my content a lot, my thumbnails a lot, my square video memes that I do on Instagram and LinkedIn. I know emojis are a great way to convey how you feel. I have a Bitmoji that I love, and I use that a lot, even just communicating in Messenger and in text. Communicating emotion in a simple, extremely fast way. It goes for everything from tweets to blog posts. The easier your content is to understand, the more likely it is to hook your audience and keep them engaged. At the first sign of complexity, they'll run. This also kind of has a lot to do with this also has a lot to do with kind of, maybe you've heard this before, but creating a frictionless environment, making it frictionless for your audience. I mean, I was at the barber. I mean, you guys like my new Swift haircut before I go on vacation with my wife? So I was at the barber today, and I just happened to. You guys should do this, by the way. Like just observe real human behavior. This will help you with your content more than anything. Observe real human behavior. I talk about this in my course. I talk about when you identify your target audience and you make your content more audience-centric, people-centric, cater it to them. It's not about you. One of the greatest books ever written by Dale Carnegie, How to Influence People, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'll never forget what he said in there. He said something really ingenious, which it takes a lot to not think about this. It takes a lot to eradicate your ego because it kind of wounds your ego a little bit. But he talked about He said, nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. They only care about themselves. So I say the same thing to my clients when they go into interviews. Do not make this about you. Don't just sit there and go, what can the company do for me? Or what can you guys do for me? Or how should I, what am I going to benefit from being with you? It should be the other way around. I call it the Kennedy principle. Ask not what the company or organization can do for you, but what you can do for the company or organization. Selfless service mindset. This helps you with anything. I mean, being in your on a personal level, but definitely on a professional level, and definitely with your content. Are you hearing me, y'all? Thank you, Flash. Thank you, Fun Vlogger. Sleep is calling. Oh no. Yes. Yes, Fun Vlogger. Yes, this will be posted on my YouTube channel. Have you subscribed to the greatest YouTube channel on the planet? Hello, Fun Vlogger. Click that subscribe button, and then you'll be able to watch every video I've ever produced on the planet. I've got over 160 videos, and I'm just beginning because y'all know me. I'm a content creating machine. Hello. Hello. So make sure you click subscribe. Okay, cool, Fun Vlogger. So I was observing. Let me get back to the story really quickly. I was observing. This might be a long live stream. I don't know. I might compete with the Illuminati. Not even close. I'm kidding. So I was just kind of watching, and I was just kind of observing, and I was in a really precarious predicament where I did not intend for that to be alliteration. I was really in a funky position because the way that the barbershop is orchestrated, the design of the barbershop, especially the waiting room. Hey, Luis, subscribe as a call to action. You best believe that, Luis. And so I was just watching. I had this real interesting view of about 4 or 5 people. And of course, what is everybody doing? What is everybody doing when you're out and about? What is everybody doing? What are they doing when you go to the grocery store? When you go to a coffee shop? What is everybody doing? Let me know in the chat. When you're at a gas station, at the airport, what is everybody doing when you look around? If you do look around, what is everybody doing? Staring at their phones. Thank you, Christian. That's exactly right. So it's no different when I'm at the barbershop. It's no different when I was at the barbershop. And so I had a real interesting angle. And I'm telling you right now, the speed of that thumb scrolling, and there's no way. I mean, even content that people like, even content that is quote unquote interesting, the speed of that thumb was like lightning. I mean, everybody was going really, really fast. Check this out. Check this out. The number of micro decisions made throughout our day is staggering, okay? A new study showed that visitors judge a website in 0.005 seconds, faster than the blink of an eye. While another study by Microsoft noted that people's attention span has narrowed to 8 seconds at the max. I even think that's probably too high. I think that's probably too high. So encapsulating attention. Now, the way that I started this live stream, I was kind of all over the place, but this is the difference between live stream and pre-recorded content. If you go look at my pre-recorded content, especially if you go to Beyond the Box Academy and you check out my courses, you'll see I am an absolute master of time management. I do not waste a single microsecond in a video. I'm probably going to eat those words. But I mean, I really try my hardest to maximize. And I would say for you content creators out there, the first 5 to 6 seconds are crucial, even in a live stream. I saw Sean Cannell. Most of you guys know who Sean Cannell is. God, he just he just absolutely did. He pretty much did exactly what he does on his videos. So in the first 5 to 6 seconds, he just kind of busted, the value prop, what you're going to get out of it, how long it's going to be, and what he's going to cover and why you should listen to it. It was just phenomenal, right? The first 6 seconds are crucial. I used to say, it's funny because back in 2010 or 11, I used to say 60 seconds. But boy, things have changed. Attention spans are dropping. They're dropping exponentially. Buck says TV tends to change images about every 3 seconds. In the late 80s, it was 5 seconds. Interesting. Thank you, Buck. Boy, gone are the days. Yes, Luis, retention. Gone are the days. Do you guys remember? I mean, I'm a lot older than most of you, I think. I remember when commercials actually told a story. I remember following, that little kid who loved the cereal and knowing where he lived and knowing who his grandmother was and knowing how he was doing in school. It was like a narrative. It was like a novel. Like commercials actually had a storyline. You don't see that stuff anymore. You don't know anything about the kid who likes, tricks or Cocoa Puffs, or you don't know anything about these people anymore. Everything is lightning. It's lightning fast. So that's something. Yo, Gord Eisman, good to see you. All right, Gord is in the house. So, I am telling you right now that I see you, Wayne. I see you, Wayne. Wayne's sending me comments on LinkedIn. Wayne, you don't know who you're dealing with. I am a content creating machine. I am a magician. I'm an illusionist. I work 24/8. I'm not human. You don't understand who you're dealing with, Wayne, for the love of God. Arthur Moorhead. Yes, Arthur's in the house. Good to see you, Arthur. So what does this mean for content marketers? Cognitive fluency. And again, just to wrap up the first psychological insight from LinkedIn white paper, cognitive fluency is the easier your content is to understand, the more likely it is to hook your audience. Oh, I know what I was going to say about this. I tell the same thing to my writing students. Most of you guys know that I teach nonfiction writing, creative writing, and journalism, all types of writing, business writing at the university level. I say the same thing to my writing students all the time. If your audience has to, thank you, Louise. Don't forget to hit that like button and share this out, because not only am I going to go over that insane offer that I just talked about earlier, but these psychological insights, if you're totally wondering why I'm not getting as much engagement, if you're wondering how can I give the most amplification and fuel for my content, the most eyeballs, this white paper from LinkedIn, it's insanity. And it's like, there's no way I could distill this for you by showing you a screenshot, because it's like literally War and Peace. So I've distilled it for you, and I'm going to break it down. I already went over number one, which is cognitive fluency. It's the same thing I tell my writing students. I tell my writing students all the time, if your audience needs to work at all, I mean, even lift a hair to understand who you are, what your purpose is, what you're trying to say, and what you're going to offer them, they're gone. Hasta la pasta. See ya. And I wouldn't want to be ya. They're gone. Forget about it. It's over. You've got to understand. You've got to become a neurosurgeon. You've got to become a neurosurgeon of audience consumption. Wayne, I'm going to kill you. I swear to God, I'm going to kill you, Wayne. Wayne, I can't help it because I can't see you if I leave the glasses on here, but then I can't read my notes here for the live stream without my glasses. It's a conundrum. It's definitely a conundrum, and I don't know what to do about it. God, I love you guys. It is so good to see you guys. Automoto, how are you? How are you, Automoto? All right, good to see you guys. Okay, so that's number one. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? Don't make your audience work. If your product is complex, explain it in basic terms. If your service is complex, explain it in basic terms. I mean, Wayne, you're in real estate. You're in real estate. I mean, real estate, escrow, disclosures, HOA docs, contracts. That's some complicated stuff. What's your job basically as a real estate agent? Your job as a real estate agent is to basically simplify everything, make everything frictionless, make them feel comfortable. You guys, just dive deep into people. That's what this is all about. Don't make it about you. It has nothing to do with you because nobody gives a rat's ass about you. I know that sounds cold. And of course, I don't mean that literally, but you've got to make everything people-centric. You got to make everything audience-centric. Look at exactly what I'm doing right here. Look exactly what I'm doing. Automoto, we're doing some crazy stuff right here. We're talking about how to get your content out there, how to get the most eyeballs, how to get audience retention so that people can get value from you, so you can build the number one leverageable asset you have, which is attention, which will get you more income, more revenue, more business, more money, everything in the long term, everything in the long term. And I want to caveat everything that I'm saying here. This is the biggest thing that kills content creators. This is the biggest reason why YouTubers quit. This is the biggest reason why businesses fail. 99% of businesses fail. If you don't have the steadfastness, if you don't have the information, the patience, if you don't understand that this will take a billion tomorrows because it's not going to happen tomorrow, leave the live stream right now, because you're not going to get anything out of this. You're not going to get anything out of Professor Nez's channel. You're not going to get anything out of Professor Nez's content. This is not coconuts and yachts, y'all. Gary, are you still here? Gary is such a smart entrepreneur. Gary was like, you should make merch, t-shirts out of my phrases like macadamia nut, holy macadamia nut, and bad boogie and coconuts and yachts. This is not a coconuts and yachts channel, y'all. I don't care about coconuts and yachts, that Instagram illusion. I don't care about that Instagram illusion. I was just talking to somebody today about the Instagram illusion. You know, you see all these people with their Bugattis and, you know, sitting on the beach with a laptop saying that they make billions of dollars. Good to see you, Gary. Hey, Gary, don't be afraid to speak up, man. Gary's awesome. Gary's an awesome creator, an awesome human being. Gary, I want to tell you right now too, brother, I'm keeping a close eye on you, man. Most of you guys don't think that I'm like holding you accountable. I'm like holding everybody. Luis, Christian, Sethi, Gord, Flash. I'm holding all of you accountable. Buck, I'm checking you out now too. Buck's a new member of the Nez Nation family. Wayne, you know I got my eye on you, even though you're not in my chat. Gary, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. Oh yeah, Flash. You may not always see a comment. You may not always see an emoji or what have you, but Flash, I'm all over you. I'm all over you like a cheap suit. No, I'm kidding. I mean, but I love this community. Flash, you're doing amazing stuff with your content. Christopher Womack, who's not here right now, I've been watching him do amazing stuff with his auto channel. Luis is doing great stuff in tech. You know, and Gary is just busting it with his podcast, his journey, and you know, what you've been doing with your health has been phenomenal. I am super, super impressed. Young man too, Gary, although he probably doesn't think he's young, but a super, super young dude. And I love seeing, because he reminds me of one of my students. I love seeing the young people who are doing stuff that I wish I was doing when I was their age, because I was a total jack off in my 20s. And then when the anxietal blitzkrieg hit me, when I went through my severe coma of depression and anxiety, which is why I've written 7 books about getting this dude out of your way. This is the only dude that gets in your way, period. It ain't your mama. It ain't your friends. It ain't your coworkers. It ain't your boss. It ain't Donald Trump. Stop blaming Donald Trump. It's that little dude inside your head whose favorite word is can't. Period. Period. Nothing else is getting in your way. It's not your dog. It's not your car. It's not your lack of money. It's not your lack of opportunities. You're living in the greatest country on planet Earth. Not Earth, Earth. This is where it's at. This is the only dude that's stopping you. So watching Gary and his journey, it's inspiring to me. And I have a selfish interest too. This isn't like, oh, you know, I love, you know, helping and supporting and Oprah Winfrey crap. It's actually very selfish. My kids and you guys are going to take over this world. My kids and you guys are going to I have a vested interest in that. I want to give back to that. It means everything to me. It truly, Brad can relate to this. I know Brad and Gord can relate to this. Brad, thank you so much, Brad. Brad, you're doing amazing stuff, Brad. Super impressed with you, brother. I mean, I just love it. Your Digital Slice podcast, your inbound marketing group, for the Friedman group, anybody who needs help with marketing, social media marketing, digital marketing, getting more leads in business, check out Brad Friedman and the Friedman group. Super, super impressed. As you get older, I don't know what it is, but maybe Wayne can relate to this too if you're still watching, and definitely Flash. If somebody would have told me at 29 or even 33, that servicing others is the greatest fulfillment, it's the greatest feeling of purpose a human being will ever experience in the molecules of their body, I would have been like, BS. That's complete BS. Get the hell out of my face. I got stuff to do. But now that I'm getting along in years, I find that it is every single day above ground. I'm telling y'all right now, I find that to be more and more true. When I get feedback from my audience, Nez, you inspired me. When I get feedback from my students and say, Nez, I was super depressed. I was close to doing some real bad boogie to myself. But I listened to your lecture and I'm just filled with life. I'm filled with hope. That is literally the greatest feeling on planet Earth. F money. I'm good. I don't need to. You don't want to sign up for Beyond the Box Academy? Sweet. Get all my free content. Watch me on YouTube. Watch me on Instagram. Watch me on Twitter. Watch me on Snapchat. Watch me on Facebook. Watch me on LinkedIn. It's all free. I give away tons of free content. You don't need to sign up for Beyond the Box Academy. You don't need to type in 40 and get a 40% off discount. You don't need to do any of that. You can get all this stuff for free. I got money. I'm okay. I'm not starving for you. I don't want to monetize my audience, right? I've gotten so many speaking gigs. I've gotten so many other gigs and side hustles and projects and ghostwriting gigs, blog writing gigs from my personal brand. I love doing this. This is in my blood. It's in my DNA. Servicing others is your ultimate currency, y'all. And here's the irony. Here's the beautiful irony. Here's the insane irony. The more you give away, it's crazy. The more you give away, the more it comes back. I mean, I have such a strong faith in that. I'm not trying to get all woo-woo on y'all, but I have such a strong faith in that. The more you give away, it comes back. Life, trust the intelligence of life. It will guide you. What brought you home will take you home. What brought you here will take you right back. You are meant to be here. You were meant to be here. Every single one of you. What's your 2 cents? What's your contribution? Hopefully it's something beautiful. Hopefully it's something that helps, inspires, encourages. I'm not about saving the world. Forget that. Save yourself. Save yourself, and you'll truly be saving the world. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. So I just love seeing young peeps. Gary, thank you so much, Gary. Thank you, Christian. I absolutely love seeing you guys do amazing stuff. It means the world. And if you ever need anything, you know where I am. Just reach out to me. Ask Gary. Gary, just so it doesn't sound like a bunch of BS. How many times have you DM'd me, Gary? How many times have you asked me something? And how long did it take for me to get back to you? Like, I'm for you. I'm for you. Again, this isn't some selfless. I'm not the Dalai Lama. Okay. I am not, Mother Teresa. I've got so many problems. You have no idea. I'm a human being. I've got serious problems. I'm not perfect. I'm not even close to perfect. Right? It's a selfish thing. It makes me feel amazing to help you. It's actually, that's the honest to God's truth. It's literally, there's nothing selfless about Nez. I don't even know if there is such a thing as a selfless act. Okay. It makes me feel amazing. It makes me feel most alive. This stuff is in my DNA, y'all. My grandfather started one of the very first charter schools on the planet. My father was a university professor, a teacher, an educator. Okay. My aunts are all teachers. What is this? What we're doing here? What is this? I'm sharing 5 psychological insights to amplify your content. It's basically a class, y'all. Beyond the Box Academy. What is that? It's the greatest online academy on the planet. I truly believe that in my heart. I believe that in my heart. 1,000,000,000%. I believe that in my heart. I was born to do this. I was born to do this. It makes this dude go like this. Stop doing the safe thing in life. This is safe. This is safe. What makes this thing want to plop out of your chest? What puts locomotives in your veins? Do that. Do that. And I promise you, you will win every single day. Make your social posts as short as possible. Now, this is interesting in the LinkedIn white paper because I know that copywriting, that long form copywriting has done wonders for social posts. Specifically, I know Gary Vee talks about blog posts on Instagram, like literally the copy before your image, your photograph, or your video. He says something really interesting. He talked about how using Instagram, thank you, Wayne. I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Using Instagram for long form blog content, it's actually, I think it's a really, really interesting thing. If anybody in the chat, so the white paper here is saying make your social posts as short as possible, create clear and concise calls to action. Absolutely. Focus on one topic per blog post, video, or web page. Aha. So how many people have fallen prey to that? How many people have fallen prey to doing a little bit too much? Gord is in the house. It is so great to see you, Gord. Thank you so much. I think I've talked to you about this, Gord, because God bless Gord. Gord is such an amazing video creator that his videos, I mean, especially, I love what you're doing lately. I know this sounds like a broken record, Gord, but I think going in this direction is the perfect pivot for you. Gord has a fantastic channel where he helps creators, especially video creators, with their content and getting it out there, and a lot of technical aspects and just amazing, amazing high quality videos. Flash in your pan, too much, spreading yourself thin. Who is that in reference to? Who is that in reference to? Is that in reference to me, Flash, or are you talking about? I'm doing more and more to help people with creating social video. Yeah, I think, Gord, you need to stick to that. I think you've found your wheelhouse. That's your bread and butter. I think it's phenomenal. But you know, this is an interesting point here that the white paper makes. Thank you, Wayne. I really appreciate it. This is really interesting. Focus on one topic per blog post, per video, or web page. And the reason I'm bringing up Gord, because Gord is just a phenomenal creator. But I think that other people have said this to Gord, and people have said this to me too, that if you're doing a piece of content and you've got so many different parts to it that maybe relate in your mind, but in the viewer or the audience's mind, it could be almost like overwhelm, almost like content overwhelm. I've gotten that kind of response before. I've gotten that kind of criticism before. And I think that's really, really important. I think understanding, listen to your audience, y'all. Listen to your audience. Simplicity is actually a great art form. So many people, you know, life is really simple. Work can be really simple. Parenting can be really simple. Running a business can be simplified. It's usually human beings that make things complicated. You don't have to make it too complicated. And especially when you're executing content, it's really important that you make it as simplified, as seamless a process as imaginable, because going in too many different directions, going kind of branching out a little bit broader than, because I know the propensity that we have as content creators, and Gord, I know you go through this. It's almost like overwhelming. Thank you, Brad. It's great to see you. Always happy to have you, Brad. And I'm serious. You and Ross, you guys are going to come on the Nez Nation Live and talk about what you learned at Podcast Movement. I would love to have you guys on when I get back from my little mini getaway with the wife. Oh, I can't wait. Thank you, Wayne. No problem. Thank you, Wayne. It was great to see you. Always. When are you going to sign up, brother? When you going to sign up, brother? You know I'm the best of the best of the best. When you going to sign up? For the love of God, holy macadamia nut. Y'all need to sign up. I know, Gord. Yes, I do give too much of my videos. Those that watch through gain a ton. Yes. Oh, dude. your videos are amazing. Flash, I thought you were going in the direction of spreading yourself too thin. Sorry, Nez. Oh, no, Flash. No, no, no. Flash, you never have to apologize. I am so grateful for you, my friend. Your energy, your presence. Can I just say this really quickly? Speaking of getting off course, I really truly mean this when I say I love our Nez Nation family. Flash, you are an honorary member of the Nez Nation family. You have amazing energy. It's the exact opposite of Nez's energy, which I love. It's much like my wife's energy. It's not all maniacal and crazy like most people, or like me. It's very centered. It's calming. It's mellifluous. It's smooth, and it's just full of love. I love your energy, Flash. I love the way that you create content. I love your live streams. Keep up the great work. You never have to apologize. You never have to apologize. So, Wayne, I thought I already did shoot you the link. For crying out loud, Wayne, get your stuff together, will you? I'll shoot it to you again. Don't worry, after the stream. Oh, thank you so much, Christian. Christian, you're the man. Hence, you're a mod. I love having Christian as my mod. Christian, I will mod for you any day of the week too, by the way. Gord, I know what you're talking about, but this is what I was referring to. We as content creators, we have this propensity, we have this feeling of, I don't know if I gave enough there. I don't know if I want to just really give them so much value. I want to make sure that it's actually a very beautiful thought process. It's a beautiful feeling. It's the right feeling. It's the right mindset. But actually, I think it's counterproductive because we are so eager to please, because we're so eager and so willing and so committed to producing amazing content that impacts an audience. We end up creating a piece of content that can be just like way too much, way overboard, and way overblown. Simplicity is an art form. I think that's what the white paper is talking about, and that's what cognitive fluency is talking about. Use eye-catching graphics that quickly communicate your message. I will share with you my #1 favorite site for creating graphics, cards, inspirational quotes, short social media memes, for Instagram, for Facebook, for Snapchat, for Twitter, even for LinkedIn. I love using Canva. Canva is free. I know most of you guys know about Canva, and I'll leave a link in the comments. There is a paid version of Canva, but there's also no, there is not a link to this white paper, Gord. You have to be an insider. But that's why I'm sharing this to you. That's why I'm sharing this to you. With you. To you? With you. No, there isn't. You have to be a LinkedIn ambassador like yours truly. I just passed, by the way, 13,000 followers on LinkedIn. That is a huge milestone for me. You guys know that I'm building on YouTube. Like, I love my tubes to the U. I love my tubes to the U, but LinkedIn is really where I got LinkedIn and Facebook is really where I got my start on social. And I think, actually, you know what, Gord, you just reminded me, I'm going to check out. I think I might have just passed. Now you got me all excited. I think I might have just passed the 13,000 follower. Yes, I'm at exactly 13,000 followers. Holy macadamia nut. Oh, that means, I'm telling you guys got to get on LinkedIn. You got to get on LinkedIn. I've been creating articles, blog posts, now video content for the past 10 years on LinkedIn. That took a lot of work, y'all. Took a lot of work. It is an underutilized platform. I go in depth in Beyond the Box Academy. Christian, cue the link. Sorry. But I go really in depth in Beyond the Box Academy on how you can utilize LinkedIn for your content creation, for building your personal brand. Guys, don't ever forget this. LinkedIn, the people on LinkedIn have money. Demonnaie. That's French for money, I think. But you need to, oh my God, Gary, like, forget Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook anymore. Like, Facebook is just for Facebook paid for traffic. I mean, I go live there still with my podcast. I do my live stream podcast there, but Facebook, YouTube, oh yeah. LinkedIn, oh yeah. Instagram, hells yeah. Those 3 places I'm focusing on more than any. I love Twitter, love my snaps to the chats, love my chats to the snap, but LinkedIn #1, YouTube and Instagram. Holy macadamia nut. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about for me. Thank you so much, Buck. Yes, I am so excited. I'm so grateful. I'm getting so much engagement too. It's not just like, followers for followers' sake, or just, it's real followers. And I'm just blessed. I know I'm going to get to 20,000 over in LinkedIn. And I just love that platform. And I'm telling you right now, I have literally built my 6-figure business, my consulting business, on the backbone of my LinkedIn networks, my LinkedIn connections, my LinkedIn content, my LinkedIn content. Respect the platform and you will win, just like you need to respect the platform for YouTube and anywhere else. So canva.com is a great place to create free. I know Gord Camtasia is an amazing place to create animated text. A lot of people have used Adobe, which is fantastic. Adobe was just way too complex for me, so it was really difficult for me to operate. But I one of these days, I'm going to up my video editing game. I'm going to up my technology. I'm a big believer, and I say this in my brand new course in Beyond the Box Academy, which, by the way, if you type in 40 for the new personal branding 101 course, if you type in 40 in the coupon box, you will get 40% off. Guys, people are charging $9.97. I did my research, heavy research. People are charging $9.97 for this course. My original price is $3.97. I worked my ass off on this course. I'm giving you a 40% off discount. Go check it out. Go sign up. I would love to know your feedback and your thoughts. And you will also get inclusion into the Facebook group, the Facebook Christians in there. I think, Christian, you're a mod in Nez Nation. You should be. Gord's in there. I know Flash is in there. Buck's in there. Gary's in there. Anybody who wants to, get into the private, it's now a closed private Facebook group. It's a personal branding mastermind. It's facebook.com/groups/Nez Nation/Nez Nation. It is an awesome community of people, creators, business owners, online content marketers trying to amplify, trying to inspire each other, share their wisdom and knowledge. I'm going to be going way more live in that group once I build Beyond the Box Academy to a level where it warrants, me going live directly into the Facebook group to do group coaching. I'm going to do group coaching with specifically my Beyond the Box Academy students. So yes, thank you so much, Christian. Type 40 for 40% off. Christian, I'll change that immediately. So canva.com, use keywords in branded links so people know at a glance. This is interesting. Talk about a psychological insight. Use keywords in your links. We don't talk enough about this, but this is a psychological insight that the LinkedIn white paper demonstrates is super. Thank you, Christian. I'm so grateful for you, Christian. Like, you have no idea. I'm super grateful for you, having you be a part of this family. You're a mainstay, my friend. I love having you. You're like my right-hand guy, Christian. Love it. Links. You can customize your URLs for your link to your blog post, your link to your podcast, your sales page, your lead magnet. Don't just use a bit.ly or don't just use a random YouTube link. Like, you can create a specific link with keywords in the link title. So for example, my brand new course, and please, Christian, would you mind typing this? beyondthebox.com. Wait, hold on a second. / I think I used personal branding. At least I hope I did. But yeah, using an actual, so my keyword that I used, and let me see if I can actually, for some reason, there's a P after the .com. I don't know why. So it's beyondtheboxacademy.com /P / personal branding. I must be doing something wrong because that's not what I have here specifically. I have personal branding as my SEO friendly link. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. I'm probably doing something wrong there. But anyway, here is the actual link. Let's see if it'll let me put this in there to the actual course where you can type in 40 to get 40% off. I don't know if this will let me do it. See, it says preview logged out. Okay, let's see. But you can see right there that I've got personal branding in the link. That's in the link right there. That's actually a direct link to the course that's in Beyond the Box Academy. Now, as I said before, enrollment in the course is free. I'm sorry, enrollment in the academy is free. The content, I'm going to be completely transparent and upfront, is not free. Okay, I worked my butt off for that stuff. But again, I'm the least salesy dude. I don't want you to buy anything. I don't want you to get anything that you're not comfortable with. I'm just simply throwing it out there. But if you're like Nez, I just want to watch your free content. I love getting your free live streams. I love getting your stuff on Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube. Love you back. 1,000,000,000%. Love you back. No problem at all. I take 0.000% offense to that. 0.000 offense to that. I want you guys to know that. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Putting keywords in the actual links, putting keywords, great psychological insight. Here's another one. Use infographics and videos to communicate complex ideas quickly and simply. How many people in here are fans of infographics or no? I know Gord probably knows how to create an infographic, but this psychological insight is really interesting. Infographics and videos, obviously, Gord does amazing stuff with animated kinetic text. Mike Murphy does amazing stuff. Justin Brown. It's interesting that I actually thought Nick Nimmin would be experimenting more in his videos with kinetic text and animations or what have you, but I don't know. Maybe he's obviously growing like crazy. He's successful. I love him to death as a friend and as a fellow peer and colleague as a content creator, but he doesn't use any animation or infographic or video text. But it's interesting to me, and this is an interesting psychological insight, that if you have complex ideas, it's basically a visual aid, isn't it? It's a visual aid. I kind of get shocked when I go to speaking events, speakers who don't use any visual aid at all expect people to kind of follow along and remember. We're a visual species, y'all. So having even if it's just a simple text, like if you look at what Daryl Eves does in his speeches, he has very simple, almost and I think it's actually an art, very, very simple PowerPoint slides when he does his presentations. They're like super, super PowerPoint for dummies. There's nothing wrong with that, but they're really, really easy to follow. So, this is an interesting psychological insight. So using infographics and videos to communicate complex ideas quickly and simply. So that's really, really interesting. Use emojis if they suit your brand voice. Now, this one's really interesting, using emojis. I am a big believer in having fun. I'm a big believer in being creative and coming up with dynamic ways. Gord talked about this in his last video, how you talked about adding the emoji and adding, some interesting graphics to your kinetic text and your social videos. It gives it that extra flair, which is really cool. It's really awesome. I'm a big believer in that. But definitely if it doesn't align with your brand, remember watching a huge influencer. I can't remember their name, but they said something really interesting. They said, if a brand ever uses cartoons or emojis, I'm like, it's an automatic pass. So, and this was a huge influencer, I can't remember who it was. This was maybe a year ago. Maybe they've changed their mind. But I remember them saying specifically, if a brand or business, if I go to a website and there's cartoon stuff or emoji stuff in their content and in their pages, I'm gone. So I think this is an interesting insight. Using emojis can be fun. It can be dynamic, but this again has to do with really identifying your core brand identity and identifying what your audience wants. What's your brand voice? That's huge. And I think that's really, really important. What do you guys think of some of the things I'm talking about? Gord says, I view the animations are elements for engagement, entertainment. I don't do infographics. Seems like a lot of work. Yeah. Luis says, you're a ninja at editing. Absolutely. Yes, he is. He is definitely a ninja at editing. Yeah, I don't know if there's tools to create infographics. You could probably do them on Canva. It would probably be pretty difficult. But I know that LinkedIn, actually, speaking of LinkedIn, and maybe this is why they're saying this, I know that LinkedIn actually, that's one of the biggest engagement tools implementing infographics. So that's really interesting. So that's all about cognitive fluency and getting more engagement there. So who's ready for number 2? Who's ready for number deuce? Number deuce is, give me some emojis in the chat. Who's ready for number deuce? This might go longer. I might go a little bit quicker here, but this is going longer than I thought. Oh, is it number 3? Is it number 3? Oh, sorry. Number 3. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me on point, Christian. Number 3, social proof. Social proof. So social proof is becoming more and more important as consumers' access to online-based data and information about companies grows. Think about how you can show the thoughts of people through your content marketing. If you don't know what social proof is, it's basically evidence that shows that your content is getting a high quality, a high volume, perhaps level, I'd say quality over volume of engagement, of shares, of comments, of discourse, conversation, likes, emojis, you name it. It's also testimonials too. Testimonials are really kind of a great big part of social proof. I was talking to my wife the other day, who, she's a millennial, I guess you could say. She doesn't act like a millennial. She's 34. She turns 34 tomorrow. But yeah, absolutely, Gord. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Luis. And she said something really interesting the other day. She said, I don't ever buy anything without looking at the reviews first. If they don't have good reviews, I'm out of here. So I've littered my website with testimonials. I've done a lot of research. I have over 120 plus recommendations on LinkedIn, which is one of the top LinkedIn channels on the entire platform. I mean, there are people who have gone above that, but it's very, very far few in between. I have only met maybe 1 or 2 people who've got more than me as far as testimonials. And actually, one thing I think that differentiates me is all of my testimonials are very, very current. So social proof, somehow incorporating that in your content. What does this mean for content marketers? Establishes trust, so customers are comfortable talking about your brand. Use real life case studies in your content. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So a good example of this is sometimes I will show emails that I get with the permission of the individual, and I'll obviously block out personal information, or even I'll take a snapshot of a recommendation I got on LinkedIn, for example, and I'll post that on Instagram with some very humble copy that just communicates how grateful I am, how appreciative I am, how fulfilling it is to know that I've impacted people. That's a great way to incorporate. I mean, talk about it kills so many birds with one stone. You're creating content. You could post that. You can repurpose that on Twitter, on Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, right? So if you do a snapshot of a testimonial or an email that you got from a customer, as long as you have their permission, if it's not public, right? If it's public, then it doesn't matter. And just writing some copy about how grateful you are, how humbling it is to be this impactful. It does so much. It builds ethos. It builds credibility for your brand, for your business, for your content, establishes trust. New audience members will see that if you've done a good job of really distributing it well on different platforms. It just gives you more brand equity. I mean, this is huge. Social proof, one of the huge psychological insights. Social proof is monstrous when it comes to building a brand and when it comes to getting your content out there. So that one is a real biggie. Now, another thing that they say is collaborating with authentic influencers, which is great social proof. This is interesting to me. Now, I've actually never worked with an influencer, but I'm going to start because I really haven't looked into this yet, and maybe it has a lot to do with ego, I don't know, or just maybe just the fact that I can't stand that word influencer. How many people in the chat have ever worked with an influencer? What are your thoughts? I know influencer marketing is absolutely monstrous. Like, I know it's totally monstrous, and it's a huge thing, and it's a big deal. Has anybody here worked with any influencers before? Buck, I just saw your emoji. What is that? Is that like Julie Andrews, a Julie Andrews hat right there, like the hills, what's the name of that movie? Oh, I totally forgot. I think this type of live is a great feature concept. You doing walkthrough. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Gord. I appreciate that. So influencer marketing. Yeah, I mean, influencer marketing, Sound of Music. Thank you. Sound of Music. Thank you. So influencer marketing is something that can really give you a huge boost, especially on Instagram, to your audience, especially if your brand aligns with the influencer's brand, if your audience and your content aligns with the influencer's audience and gives them value. I know that's a really, really huge thing. Okay. So I'm going to kind of jump ahead to one that I think is really, really big is I got to get out of here. I love you guys so much, but I gotta get going. So here's something that is, I know I'm on like number 4, but number 4 talks about models of persuasion. And the reason I'm going to kind of fast forward above that is because I've talked about this a lot in previous videos. So if you're interested in models of persuasion, go check out some of my former videos on, how to engage on social media, how to get more traction. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel about that. I'm just going to jump ahead to something I think I've never talked about, something I've never talked about in a video, and I probably should: the psychology of color. The psychology of color. A recent study suggests that people judge a new product within 90 seconds of seeing it. Up to 90% of that assessment is based on color, the psychology of color. This is wild to me. Color is an important consideration for content marketers when designing web pages, choosing banner images, and planning videos. Holy macadamia nut. The psychology of color. What do you guys think about that? I know that there is, like, primary colors are the most trustworthy. I know that Facebook's blue, the specific type or variation of blue that Facebook uses has been sort of psychoanalyzed to instill trust, which is, you can just sense the irony there. It's probably the least trustworthy platform out there right now. But yeah, that's really, really interesting. Gord says, I'm a little older. I remember how that movie stayed in the theater for a year, so it's etched in my memory. Wow. That is a long time for a movie to be in a theater. Oh, cool, Flash. Thank you, Flash. Flash says Canva has a color coding part with it, I believe. You know what? I'm not sure. I really am not sure. I've done separate studies on this, and I definitely have found primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, I think it is, are the most prevalent when it comes to branding. I think it's red, blue, and yellow. But this is really interesting, this study. 90 seconds. People judge a new product within 90 seconds, and 90% of that, so 90% of that is assessed based on color. Holy macadamia nut. So what does this mean for content marketers? Well, consider what color can help you evoke the desired emotion from your content. What color? How did you choose your coloring? Was it just based on your personal preferencing? I mean, Gord has a different specific brand. Launchpad Astronomy, aka Christian Reddy, has a specific brand. Flash does. My colors, black and teal, light aqua blue, I picked those on purpose. What are you guys? And it's not because it has nothing to do with football. A couple of people have asked me, are you a Carolina Panthers fan? Not even close. But yeah, Christian says, I can't say that color is a surprise. Entire brands have been built around color. Absolutely. Blue and gold. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you, Flash. Blue and gold. But what was it based on? This is interesting. So, There are color calculators, I guess, that you can so the white paper is saying that you could download color calculators online, which will help you kind of identify which colors go in harmony with each other, which colors are contrasting. Um, here's cool information. Ooh, check this out. Okay, cool. This is in my Google Docs. Consider red, orange, and yellow for CTA buttons to foster a sense of urgency. Holy macadamia nut. Now, when I was consulting a Shopify store for their branding, that's so interesting. I said put green as their buy button because I felt that green was like green light. I was sort of equating that psychologically. But according to this, it says red, orange, and yellow for CTA buttons to foster a sense of urgency. Aha. So maybe that's why YouTube, the big subscribe button is red, huh, guys? What do you think? Wowzer Mauser. That's pretty cool. I really dig that a lot. So that's pretty cool. So just to kind of review, and I'd love your thoughts on this, especially if you're watching this on the replay. We talked about cognitive fluency. We talked about frictionless copy, create clear and concise calls to action, infographics, eye-catching graphics, keywords and branded links, social proof, establishing trust so your audience and customers are comfortable talking about your brand. And then last but not least, the psychology of color. These are all things that we need to think about as content creators. One of the things that's interesting, yeah, red is an action color. Very cool. The site I shared above does all that color work for you. Thank you so much, Gord. Thank you so much, Gord. I didn't see that link, but thank you so much, Gord. It's interesting because as content creators, some of the times I see that, or most of the times I see creators are mostly focused on the creation, which by all means they should be. That's in their wheelhouse. That's their bread and butter. They should be focusing on creating. But it's also not, it needs to be contingent upon a lot of your content creation, because let's face it, what are we trying to do? We're trying to grow a highly engaged audience, build a tribe, a family that we can thrive, we can inspire each other, we can help each other, we can motivate each other, right? Interesting little facets, just things to grab attention. You may have the greatest content on planet Earth, but if you don't really incorporate ways of getting traffic, ways of getting engagement in this noisy sea called social media, this noisy sea, this noisy galaxy called the internet, well, you're going to be behind, Absolutely. Thank you, Buck. You best believe that. Yeah, yeah. So this is really important stuff to think about. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I am so excited, so proud of you guys for being a part of Nez Nation. So grateful, so appreciative of you guys for being a part of Nez Nation. I love you guys dearly. Before I get out of here, I'm just going to remind you one more time, beyondtheboxacademy.com, a brand new flagship course on personal branding, how to create a brand that will make money, is right now live in Beyond the Box Academy. Thank you so much, Christian. If you type in 40 in the coupon box, you will get a 40% off discount. This is good for Tress Days. Tress Days, only 3 days will this be good for. This will only be good for 3 days. So come Monday midnight, it's hasta la pasta. So please, please, please get on in this quick. It'll go back to its normal, regular place. Get in on this quick. Get on this today. I would love your feedback. I would love to know what you guys think of this. And it's going to be the greatest online training academy on planet Earth, from an actual writing professor, business writing professor, somebody who's got this in their blood, somebody who's a content creating machine. I am super excited about this. So love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I know I am going to, because you guys pumped me up. This live stream, we went over an hour, which is awesome. I love it. And I hope you got a lot of value out of this. And I can't wait to see you guys again. So have a safe, wonderful weekend. This is Professor Nez. On behalf of the Nez Nation family, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. and I'll see you guys real soon. Remember, back to our normal scheduled time next Sunday, 1 p.m. So I'm planning on doing a consistent YouTube live stream. Only reason I did it today is because tomorrow I'm going out of town, but I'm planning on doing a consistent 1 p.m. on Sundays, every Sunday. This is our family fun time, baby. This is where all of us come together, help each other, inspire each other, bring a little more